Our next green belt technique is backbreaker. Right now we're just going to focus on the base. We'll add move 7 through 20 later. All right. So backbreaker, you're walking down the street and boom, here comes a right punch from the side to knock you out. So you got to be careful out there, guys. Pay attention to what you're doing. I've seen too many internet videos of kids, teenagers playing the punching game. And the punching game is basically they pick a person who's walking down the street and then one person suddenly goes out and punches with the attempt to knock them out with one shot. So if you're walking through your neighborhood or your city, whatever, and you look ahead of you and you see some people hanging out, maybe crossing the street's the way to go, all right? Because you have no idea if they're playing the punching game or not. But at any rate, as this attack comes in, whoa, we are going to step and drop. So we're going to step with our right foot and we're going to drop, changing our height, width, and depth. Now, my head is right above my knee, which is right above my ankle. Okay, so this is a straight line right here, so I'm nice and balanced. Now, hopefully, that punch went over my shoulder because our first line of defense is always move the target. The second thing we're going to do is do a little outside parry to catch that wrist. And then we're going to do a second parry to check the elbow. All right? So we're walking, drop, change your height, check the wrist, check the elbow. Poke him in the eye. From there, grab the near shoulder. Now I want you to take this hand, slide it up your own arm as you start your step. Slide it across his shoulders so there's no point in time where you're not checking him. Grab his left shoulder. And then step back and bow him backwards. From there, you're going to fire a knee to the spine and cross out. Drop him on the ground. Again, you might want to, even now, be really careful about just slamming a person down to the ground because, the back of his head hits the ground and they determine that, you use too much force, and then the next thing you have manslaughter charges or whatever the case, assault charges. We don't want that. So once you fire the knee, at that point, it's very possible that the police and the district attorney, whatever, would say, okay, at that point, he had used proper force, but then he grabbed his shoulders and he pulled him back and smashed his head on the ground, and that probably, so let's be careful of those gray areas. Okay, Chase, help me out. All right, so we're going to do this first one from this angle. So as Chase throws that punch, I'm going to get my head off the line. I'm going to check his wrist, check his elbow, poke his eye. Grab his near shoulder, grab his far shoulder, and bow him back. All right? Get those shoulders behind the hips. Don't just hold them straight up and down. I want them bent over backwards this way. Then fire that knee, and then take them down. You can probably get out of there at that point. All right? So now, let's do it from this angle. So as this comes in, 2, poke, grab. Step up, step back, and deliver the knee. All right? And let's do it from this angle. 1, 2, poke, grab, grab, check, and knee. All right. All right. That's the beginning of backbreaker. Work on that, and we'll be back in a minute with a new technique.